Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Big P here. You know, don't you? You know. That's why you've tuned in. Today, I'm joined by Max from Scarborough from his gym. How are you doing, Max?
I'm good, Ross. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I thought today, instead of talking about that drivel that we've just seen over at weekend, we all promoters putting shows on. We've constant opponents. We're losing records. Utter drivel. This is how bad the sport's got now. So I don't want to dwell too much on that crap and the Mayweather crap with that Logan Paul or whichever one it is. Cesspit circus. Forget that. I want to talk about trainers that I rate in the sport of boxing. We'll call this video 6 of the best. Everybody's favourite trainer. It doesn't have to be what they've won or how they hold pads or how they come across on TV or just because you know them. We could just, sometimes we all just tend to take a liking to certain trainers. And I think it can be just how they conduct themselves in the sport of boxing. So I've done a little list here. Obviously, I'm going to pick the first 6. I'm going to pick who I personally know and speak to on a regular basis and who I like. But it doesn't mean to say that they couldn't have done better things with other kids or done lesser than somebody else could have done with the boxers. Are you with me? Because not Peter Fury, a perfect fit for Tyson Fury, and they beat Vladimir and won everything, but he might not be a perfect fit for Peter McDonough, which he weren't. Do you know what I mean?
So it's different styles, isn't it?
Yeah. So everybody's different, aren't they? But here's I'm going to give you a 60. Obviously, we're going to have Glyn Rhodes. He's had Commonwealth champions. Mark Tibbs has had British champions and been involved in world title fights.
I agree with them, yeah.
Peter Fury, we know what he's done with Tyson and Savannah, don't we? World champions. Chris Smedley's had Commonwealth champion. Liam Cameron, but he's had him from being a junior at school. And he's doing good things in the sport at the moment. Mick Wales Josh Wales won titles at 3 different ways. They've got a British title as well. Joe Gallagher, he's won everything, and Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year. So you'd have to say Joe's probably the most successful trainer in sport over, well, they're saying ever, aren't they? Going back 100 years, from UK. He's at top at tree, and he gets a lot of bad PR. But them 6, because I know them and I've seen them in action, I think they're good. But it don't mean to say that we have to detract from, let's say, that half a dozen to say, I'll tell you a dozen here. Shane McGuigan.
I was going to say that.
Ben Davidson, Robert McCracken, Max McCracken, Tony Sims, Dave Colwell, Dominic Ingle, Chris Sanager, Martin Bowers, Steffi Bull, Jamie Moore, Grant Smith. There's another 12 there. But like I said, what might be a perfect fit for one fighter with a certain trainer, it might not be for another. And I wanted to ask you, how many trainers have you been using, since you started out in the sport of boxing?
I've used 2. So I'll tell you the ones I've used. So I try to use, this is how I go by it. I try to use it. Have they been, how long they've been fighting, or have they been fighting themselves?
Yeah.
The other thing is what style of fighter were they? Does that appeal to me? Because all we know, let's say, I'll give you an example, Ben Davison.
Yeah.
Ben Davison has a particular, okay, I'm not a lover of him, but he has this tippy-tappy style. I've said this before previously. He doesn't have that venom to install in fighters to take them out, take their opponent out. There's always seems to be a points victory. And that's the way Josh Taylor's going to go, which I fear. And I don't want that for Josh, because I'm a big fan of Josh Taylor. I like what Thingy Bob McGuigan has done for him previously. He's done all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
So, and that's the difference. Now, with, for me, Harry's perfect fit, because, in his early days, he used to have to take out opponents, and he's learned how to survive, which I need to do.
Yeah.
And the other trainer I use is a guy called Rich Cadden in my early days of boxing, who's a Thai boxer, but he wasn't a boxer. Now, that's when I didn't really know as much about things within the boxing industry, as in what to do. It was when I was uneducated, you see. So, you know, you got to go, in my opinion, is what style of training they are, who they've got in their stable, all these different things.
Yeah.
So, you know, Shane McGuigan's a big one for me. And I don't know if you saw what Daniel Dubois was. Daniel Dubois, he was, I think what Shane's done with him is trying to work on a bit of boxing with him instead of just trying to take out the opponent with every shot, which was quite nice to see. You know, so Shane McGuigan on that, your top 6, I would definitely put in there. And not only that, he doesn't exert himself in bloody situations all the time.
Yeah, but I've never seen Shane McGuigan cut close up. So, but like I said, I've mentioned the 6 who I rate, who are some of the trainers I've seen close up, and then the other 12, I've just mentioned them because I can't really give an opinion on them because I've not spent enough time with them and I don't know them. But I'm not saying that them other 12 couldn't win a world title with Tyson Fury. And I'm not saying that them 12 could have got Billy Joe a win over Canelo, because we don't know. It has to be what's a perfect fit, doesn't it, for a certain fighter. Do you think that's how I look at it?
I mean, I look back on that first fight, Tyson Fury v Wilder. I'm not convinced if Freddie Roach wasn't involved in that camp. I'm not convinced if Fury would have survived all that, you know. I think Freddie Roach had a good input in that camp.
Okay, then look at it like this. Robert McCracken, right? He took Carl Froch on from World Championship, so in Olympic bronze, and he missed out on Olympics by a bad decision, basically, 2000 Olympics. But Robert McCracken got Carl Froch. On the back of that, he got the EIS job and then got Joshua. But who's to say that Robert McCracken is a great trainer? What did he add to Carl Froch? What's he added to Joshua? What? Carl used to meet everything with his face, didn't he? Did he add anything to Carl? I don't know. He had a good run, though.
It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, Joshua, he's had... When did he have Joshua? Didn't he have him very at the beginning?
Had him from day one, but because of the clerical error, he couldn't work corner for his first however many fights.
This is what I mean. So, I mean, he's proven he can take someone from zero to hero. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but Carl Froch and McCracken and Joshua were hardly from zero, were they? I mean, for example, he had Dave Walker, didn't
he? Yeah.
Dave Walker, you know Dave Walker, McCracken had him. He didn't do nothing with him, did he? Robert McCracken trained Tyson Fury for one fight as well, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, one fight. I think he ran about his 10th fight, I think, or something like that. He had him for one camp. And Tyson didn't stop with him. So what's perfect for somebody else, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're perfect for another person. For example, Glyn Rhodes, Brendan Ingle had Errol Bomber Graham and they fell out. When Errol Bomber Graham had Glyn Rhodes with him, he said that Glyn Rhodes was the best trainer he's ever had. But is that insulting on Brendan Ingle, or are they saying that because that guy's training with him at the time? We don't know, but Bomber Graham never won a world title with Brendan or with Glyn Rhodes. So,
sorry. I guess it's like the Chris Eubank Jr. sort of thing. He's been popping around trainer to trainer. He's been like doing a bit by himself, and all of a sudden, Roy Jones Jr.'s sort of popped up, and he sort of gelled with him. I thought like sort of stuck with him in a sense. And it comes down to your character and how difficult you are to manage. And Chris Eubank Jr. He sort of, let's say, is sort of a character who's hard to manage, and obviously his dad in the background and all this shit. You know, so I guess it comes back down to your character as well as actually the training aspects, and your attitude, I guess, and how you gel with someone outside of boxing, because surely you've got to have some sort of outside life with your trainer at times.
Everybody's different, aren't they? For example, Robert McCracken don't do road work with fighters. They're expected to get up in the morning and do the road work. Whereas when Josh Whale does his 6 mile run, his dad follows him in car. So everybody's different. Some trainers are more hands on than others. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I mean, but does that make him necessarily better?
I don't know. I mean, do you have to be with your fighter 24/7? Do you have to mother them? I don't know. Some people leave you to your own devices. Carl Frocher's very disciplined. So he'd get up and do his run. Clinton Woods did his runs in the morning. He didn't need his trainer there with him. Robin Reed, they used to do their runs on a Saturday and Sunday with Michael Jennings, Anthony Farnell. They used to go up Saddleworth, when it was snowing, and they'd do like a 10, 12 mile run. And Brian Hughes used to drive. This is a true story, this. He'd drive and he'd stop every mile, and he'd cut an orange into 4, and he'd give them all a quarter of an orange. And then they'd get running then, and they'd know then that Brian had stopped another mile down the road, and then give him another quarter orange. So they kept saying,
oh, really?
I've had 1 quarter orange, 2 quarter orange. When they'd had like 8 quarters, they'd be like, oh, well, we've either got 2 mile left or 4 mile, depending on how they were running and at what times they were hitting. Robin says to me, the night before, he used to go to bed, and he'd be having nightmares and couldn't sleep, knowing that he's got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what I mean? To do that.
Yeah.
Once he was there, it was all right with getting around the mental aspects of it, because it's like up and down. You know that road I'm on about, don't you? It runs parallel with M62.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so. Yeah. And I think they did the same old runs with Quigg and them. I'm not sure, so you'd probably have to ask Scott Quigg. But even with Brian Hughes, but that's where he used to take them. They used to do their work on a Saturday and Sunday. Peter Fury, that's when they used to do their cardio, Saturday and a Sunday. But they do theirs at Windermere, though. Peter used to take them up to Lake Windermere. But the point I want to make is that every trainer's different, aren't they? What's good for one trainer with a fighter, they might not like it with that person. For example, Dave Allen, he's had about 10, 12 trainers, hasn't he? Maybe he's the problem and not the trainers.
But Dave Allen, no, look, it comes down to your commitment. And unfortunately, Dave Allen, excuse me, he's got all the talent. He's got some talent, that lad. And I admit he has got some talent when he wants to put it in. But hard work will always beat talent, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You can have all the talent, but without the hard work, the work hand in hand as a marriage. The hard work's not there, forget it. And problem is that, I've been looking at Dave's Instagram recently. It looks like he's dropping weight, but how long is he going to keep this up? Is it just like a slippery slope where he's going to think, oh, fuck it, I ain't doing this anymore, and start going back on yum-yums?
What are they yum-yums?
What are they? They're just like donuts or something from bloody bakeries or whatever they are. You know what I mean? It goes on about them.
Lion bars. Dave likes lion bars, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I just wonder what's your top 6 then?
They're quite similar to you. I definitely have Joe Gallagher in there. I do rate him. Shane McGuigan, Mark Tibbs. I do like Tony Sims. I have a soft spot for him. And if I'm going to have to pick any more,
these are pro trainers. These not amateur trainers. So Stu Curry, just because you're not interested, you're an amateur trainer, aren't you? Get your pro license.
But I mean, I'm a big fan of Shane McGuigan, and I can't wait to see what he does with rebuilding Daniel Dubois. I can't wait to see what he does with him, because he's got a tricky situation with that one. He could, and the guy he fought a weekend, I think everyone knew he was going to beat him. It was a question when Daniel Dubois was going to tuck him up. Good tune up, I'd say. Good tune up to come back into. Yeah. Especially after a devastating loss. And by the way, who went on his shield, not just quit like someone did. He actually did try to go out on his shield, bless him. And and Daniel Benoit, I just can't wait what comes from him, because Shane McGuigan, I don't know if Shane McGuigan has been in this position where he's taken on the fighter back of a loss and is rebuilding. I don't know if he's been through that, you see, with someone else yet. And him being relatively young, I can't remember if he has done that with anyone, you see. So, you know, so it's going to be interesting. I think in that position, especially, an older trainer is needed, though.
Yeah.
But Mark Tibbs is up there, yeah. Again, Tony Sims. Then and yeah, Joe Gallagher. You know, the base is virtually the same as you.
Yeah.
You know, because they have got credentials, a lot of them as well, and they are proven, but there's only a certain amount. I mean, I think it's not only that, I mean, Rob McCracken is a little bit lucky, isn't he? Because he seems to have the pick of all the good kids.
If he didn't have if he wasn't at the EIS up there and didn't have Carl Frotch, where would Robert McCracken be now? I'll tell you where he'd be. He'd be serving crack up in Birmingham. That's where he'd be. If he didn't have Carl Frotch in 2002, the class of 2002, he'd be chopping up bricks of crack for a living, mate, in Birmingham. That's the bottom line, mate.
That's what I mean. So he gets the cream of the crop first. He gets first dibs of everything. So, you know, that's not. I don't think it's entirely fair. I think it should be like they should distribute that a bit better to all the trainers. Look, you know, I don't know how you would do it. Each different county, you got your main trainers, right? Take your pick. All in, take your pick. Then put a bid on them or something, because the talented kids out there as well.
I mean, you can go on forever, really. I mean, but you know, there's up and coming trainers as well. Josh Wales is an up and coming trainer.
Yeah.
Richard Towers is an up and coming trainer. He's not been training long. He just won IBF.
Forget about Richard Towers. Yeah.
He's just won IBF European belt with Cash Ali.
Cash Ali, yeah.
You know, they're new kids on the block. So where's their careers go? But they don't seem to kiss arse like a lot of people. I've not put Adam Booth on there as well, and he's won everything, but he seems to have gone off at radar, doesn't he, at the moment, Adam Booth? Go to Adam Booth!
Yeah, you know about Josh Kelly.
You always fucking talk over me, you. Fucking hell, man. Go on, you were saying. When I'm doing my Adam fucking Booth impression, don't fucking talk over me. Go to Adam Booth. When I do that, no fucker, talk over me. Yeah, go on. Fucking, I'm in mid fucking. I'm just getting into mode, and you're talking over me, you fucking gimp. Go on, you were saying.
So, yeah, Adam Booth. Yeah, you're like, you know, since that Josh Kelly lost, they've just gone quiet.
Yeah.
What? Shouldn't they have something lined up? Surely.
Do you think we
want to get back out there?
Yeah. Do you think we should change the saying, the Adam Booth saying, to "Where is Adam Booth"?
Yeah, well, bloody hell, it's the same as, you know, you might say, "Where's Osama bin Laden?" Booth hides better. I don't know who hides better. Billy Joe Saunders, Adam Booth. They both hide really well at the minute, don't they?
Where is Billy Joe Saunders at the moment?
No, I have more stick off his cousin at the minute.
Don't worry about it. They're all mouth, mate. They're all mouth.
I know. He just, I told him to come up here, drive up.
Look, it's social media intense beef, innit? There's talkers and the Smoky Bacon walkers, mate. Just trying to intimidate you. Just ignore them.
Yeah. Well, come up.
But getting back to, we don't want to talk about the event that lot, but getting back to six of the best, who do you see emerging as the next big noise in trainers in the sport of boxing in the UK? Who do you see?
I think Shane McGuigan is a big one. He's going to come up.
Yeah, but forget Shane McGuigan, because he's had a lot of fighters handed to him on a plate, hasn't he, really? A lot of the money. Luke Campbell, Josh Taylor, Carl Frampton. I mean, did he have Josh Taylor from debut?
Yeah, I think he did.
So he lost him, didn't he?
But what I would like to know the breakdown there. Why? What? happened with the move? Why did Josh Taylor move? What?
I don't know.
You know,
mate. I don't know.
I think Ben's cheaper.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know, do we? But we don't, I'm not fucking interested in what's going on with that shower at fucking whatever. Who's stealing who? Well, I want to know who you think's going to emerge as the next big trainer. Because Shane McGuigan's, what is he, 30-year-old? He could go on for another 30 years, couldn't he?
Mm. He's young, isn't he? He's majorly young. Ben Davis, I think people are going to figure it out, and people are not going to go bother him. I think it's a matter of time where he's going to slit his own throat on that. To be honest, when that MTK Global thing turn around and say, "Bang, we don't want you anymore," that's it. He's going to be shut out of boxing. It's just waiting for the matter of time.
He's just put something out on social media that's saying that he's going nowhere or something. What's all that about?
Passion as well. Passion.
Is that you, Maxwell Grimes, on my live chart? Is that you?
No.
No, isn't it? Oh, I thought that were you. Well, Maxwell Grimes, you're saying you've not been in touch. You've just been on live chat. I give you an email to get in touch. I thought it was you because your name's Max, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not Grimes.
Oh no. What do you call yourself on live chat earlier? Were you on the live chat earlier?
No, I wasn't. Maximus Prime.
Right, okay. So Maxwell Grimes, you hadn't even emailed me, mate. So you were supposed to be coming on at 12:30. He's got your slot. So people are going to do wonders, and all they do is suck cucumbers, isn't it? Well, this is what we do now. If anybody's got out to say, I say, well, come on channel then. Ask me on channel. And everybody, they all shit the pants.
Who do you think is going to be the next big thing, in your opinion? Who do you...
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Ben Davison because you'd already say he's already there now, wouldn't you? As the he's got an undisputed champion, and he's trained. He only takes people on that are undefeated and world champions, doesn't he? So you say he's already there, but I don't know. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, Glyn Rhodes has been round block years. Mick Whale, Chris Smedley, they've been at it years. Peter's been there already, hasn't he? You could say Mark too. Joe Gallagher's he's only Ring Magazine champion we've had. So he's been there and done it. I mean, at one point, wasn't he 50-odd and 0 and got about 14 titles across the board at one point? He was way ahead of everybody, wasn't he, his Jim? So he's been there. So you can't see he's going to be next big thing because he's already there, isn't he? Maybe Mark Tibbs. Coldwell's had world champions. He's been there, but he's not sustained it, has it? And he doesn't know anybody from debut. Shane McGuigan, maybe. Ben Davison, you say he's already there. You did say Shane's already there. Tony Sims, maybe. He's knocking on a bit, though. Dominic Ingle.
Flex Ingle.
Flex. He's had three dope test failures in his gym, hasn't he? So there's always going to be a question mark against anything that he ever achieves in the sport. Dominic, if you've got a problem with what I've just said, come see me. I'm not hard to find. And that's just statistically me speaking. I'm not saying he ain't a bad trainer, but there's always an asterisk next to him, in my opinion. People in boxing who speak, they won't say it in front of him, but whenever his fighters get a win, the whisper is, yeah, but, have they had it? You're always going to get that when you go to that gym. Chris Sanager, he's had Lee Selby, he's been there. I don't think he'll make a comeback. Martin Bowers, he's lost a bar on it. I don't know. Maybe he might get somebody from his gym and go again. Steffi Bull, he's not really done out with a male, has he, from his gym?
No.
And Terry Harper were trained by Ray Doyle. Soon as they got her on telly, he took over as the trainer. But it was Ray Doyle that trained Terry Harper from day one. Jamie Moore, he's had him on his lap because he's with MTK. And Grant Smith, he's doing all right. We trained Sonny Edwards. So he's already got a world champion. So you could say he's there, or at least with one kid, couldn't you? And don't you train Dalton Smith as well?
Yeah.
So maybe, but I don't think his stable's been enough. So maybe you might be right. Shane McGuigan, but he's already there. So who knows? But, them 18 that we've mentioned, 20 that we mentioned, Richard Towers and the other guy, I forgot who he was. But, anybody can, they're probably all as good as each other. They just need to gel with a certain person, if you know what I mean. Does that sound right?
Yeah, yeah. It's different horses with different courses, isn't it? Really, on that new trainer.
Adam Booth and Richard House. So we mentioned 20 fighters there, but across the board, a lot of them talk a good game on social media and in interviews. I mean, let's have a look here. Joe Gallagher talks a good game on social media. Mick Whale done. Chris Smedley done. Peter Fury done. Mark Tibbs done. Glyn Rose done. Shane McGuigan talks a good game. So Joe and Shane, Adam Booth talks a good game. Richard Towers done. Ben Davison does. McCracken done. Sims done. Colwell does. Ingle talks a good game. Steffi Bull talks a good game. Jamie Moore talks a good game. So you could say half of them talk a good game and other halves just stay out at limelight, don't they? So you've got a mix of characters out them 20, haven't you? You know what I mean? But
it comes down to, you know, when you were saying about, I think you said on your previous videos, I can't remember who it was who was on with you. You're saying about the different sort of characters as fighters. So like Savannah Marshall and Huey, they're quite quiet people. The same with Peter. He's sort of quiet. And it comes down to like Peter Fury wouldn't want a loud, boisterous fighter amongst his camp because he thinks, oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't suit him. So it does come down to the fighter and the training, the style. If you want a loud, boisterous person, Ben Davison, anytime, you know what I mean? God, shout it from the rooftop. That's what he's like, you know what I mean? Old passion boy. So, you know, it's, yeah.
Tyson Fury is not loud and don't carry off in that one. When I've seen him training with Peter, he just gets on with it. You've got that champion's mentality. There's no messing about. You don't go in Peter's gym to mess about. It's not a youth club. You know, if you're working on a building site, right, your mates are not going to want to come and see you laying bricks, are they? But if you're a boxer, people will want to come and hang around at the gym. There's none of that in there. It's not a youth club. You're there to train and then rest up or go back to your room or whatever.
But it shows in that way, especially with Savannah Marshall, when she fights, it shows in her fighting. She comes out and is so slick and professional. Yeah. Even Huey's got an element of that. We just haven't seen that 40%, 30% that Huey could actually give. Yeah. It's just he's waiting for him to burst it out. He's waiting. I don't know what's holding him back. It's almost he's held back, like he's got one arm behind his back or something. It's a weird one, but he's got. You can tell that kid's got so much talent. He's still got time yet. I mean, how old is he? 26, 27?
26.
Yeah. So I hope so. I think so. I like to see him against something like, well, I don't know, one of the bigger lads now. He can do it. So.
All right then. Okie dokie then. Well, listen, Maximus, thanks for coming on.
I'm not Maxwell Grimes. Bloody hell. Don't even confuse me like that, mister.
All right. Okay. All right then. Well, listen, you take care, Max. Thanks for coming on, and I'll give you I'll give you a ring later to speak about that other thing. Okay.
That'd be pretty appreciated. Thanks for talking, mate. Thank
you,
you,
mate. Bye bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.
That were Maximus from Scarborough. Good to have him on. Sunny today, isn't it? That's about it for today. I'm going to get some lunch now. And I'm going to go see my mum. All right. Peace out.